Good, let's see.
Thank you.
Peace. That's a fly picture right there. Nation. You know, peace to the gods of the earth. Already. We had a law school in Mecca. Give acknowledgement to the
Do you notice anything about the numbers? Tell me something about the numbers.
Base. Some nation history. You know what I'm saying?
Two is even. 1, 5, 7, 9, 11, all the way to odd numbers.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
It's an odd number. 5 is an odd number.
Oh. Yeah, cool.
Finish doing what you're doing, man. You got 2 more cards to do. Hurry up.
29.
Peace. So yeah, man, we had a law school in Mecca, and yeah, man, we're still in the knowledge of, you know, a lot of the gods, the earths, and the nation. You know, people that they added on, been here, you know, putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? We gotta acknowledge the whole earth ourselves, you know, planet Earth. That's where we came from. Whole planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? All of that. That's our universal flag. You already. You already know today's mathematics is knowledge born. And today's alphabet, self or savior. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing many reflections. See that proclamation, city proclamation. The council, city of New York proclamation, acknowledging the nation of gods and earths. See? So like the city know who we are. Ain't no secret, ain't no mystery. You know what I'm saying? Father putting that work. Right here. This is where we at right here. Law School in Mecca Street Academy. You see our Law 5 Center. You know what I'm saying? Square. Here she got to follow the law in the 5%. It's all our defined territories, our regions. It's our national anthem, the Enlightener. You already. You know, God's won crowns, you know what I'm saying? Souvenirs. Board of Cultural Management. I'll add them. What is this? Oh, it's the vendor. The vendor dropped his stuff off. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. So yeah, man, we out here, man. But yeah, you know, I wanted to build on some things though, man, pertaining to our nation, right? Because we are a nation. You know, and a nation is a group of people that have, you know, one plane of thought, and they, you know, coming together to promote social equality for one common cause. You know what I mean? So as we say, social is a group of men or society of men that come together for one common cause. And society means to be equal. Equality means to be equal in everything. So that's the science of what we're dealing with. You know, our form of how you could say political affairs is what we call social politics, or excuse me, social equality. That is a form of our social politics. So adding on, right? So as you see, you know, you go on my page, you know, and you see we've developed a constitution, a universal constitution for a lost 5% nation state. We've also developed a universal charter for a lost 5% nation state. We've also developed a charter for the international organization, a charter for the intergovernmental organization. These are different organs that are going to function under the authority of the state, which is called state authority. So these are state entities under state authority of a lost 5% nation state. We've also developed a peace treaty, a universal treaty for peace, freedom, justice, and equality. And it's dealing with basically, you know how we break down into what we teach and what we will achieve, how we will achieve, you know, community, national consciousness, community control, peace, you know what I mean? So that third aspect, peace, they say, is our ultimate goal. So I've developed a mechanism for peacekeeping, you know, peacekeeping mechanism, and as there's a truce for ceasefire and all of that, you know, so like with the local police authorities, national authorities, military, all of that, you know, so basically so they can't be shooting down our nationals. So when they see us out there identified, you know, with our crown, with our head wraps, with our universal flag, they know, like, no, we can't harm those people. They are now internationally protected and no longer just out here like everybody else, you know, under the same jurisdiction of New York State. So when we form a lost 5% nation state, is that to be in a conflict with New York State? No, not at all. Because due to the international conservation of peace, no state shall interfere with the internal or external affairs of another state. So therefore, it's not going to be like there's any war or any conflict. And when we just basically follow the rules of international law, you know, the procedures, basically you already know what it is that you're doing and what the effect is. So we've been studying the Montevideo Convention on the rights and duties of states. Article 1 states that a state must have the following qualifications, which are A, a permanent population, B, a defined territory, C, a government, and D, the capacity to enter into relations with other states. So basically we have the declaration for statehood, nationhood, nationality, and race. And it's basically covering those 4 elements of statehood, forming our state, also showing how we develop our nationhood, our international customary laws, all kind of stuff, bro. I mean, it's crazy. The documents all this information is in the documentation. This is why when I present this at the Parliament, you know what I mean? Basically, I'm presenting it for brothers and sisters to understand that we have multiple organs that have been formed, but we need people to basically sit in the seats and run the seats, rather I said. Stand in the positions more so. We ain't sitting down, we getting work done, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we need people to basically fill the positions of these different entities. So for example, the Constitution for a lost 5% nation state, there's about 4 or 5 positions that need to be filled with that. We have the Board for Divine Trusteeship, the Board for Divine Trusteeship is basically going to be where all of our regions ask for a shot quest. Peace. All the one second. Peace. Shot quest. Somebody here. So basically, all our different trust territories, all of our different regions will be governed under trust, and then they become trust territories. What is a trust territory? A trust territory is a territory that's governed by another country or organization for the growth and development of the social, political, educational upliftment of the people in those defined territories or in those trust territories. See what I'm saying? So this is the science of where we're moving forward to. See what I'm saying? Common Unity Center. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be adding on with multiple entities that will basically uplift our school, elevate our, not even just the school, but the nation. Because, you know, there's some politics going on with the school and all of that. And as I put in my in the Constitution, there's a clause dealing with affiliations where it basically states that Allah's school in Mecca is the chapter for Allah's 5% nation state, and basically it will be an association with the nation, but is not with the nation state, but is not part of the nation state itself. Or the nation state will be associated, or excuse me, the international organization that represents the nation state will be in association with Allah's school in Mecca, but it's not part of Allah's school in Mecca itself. You see what I'm saying? So therefore that prevents the conflict of interest. So if there's anybody that may not be able to speak on or deal in political activities due to a 501c3, excuse me, due to that, then basically this doesn't cause a conflict of interest with any of that. You know what I'm saying? So like before people jump up with all that, now say for God, Father didn't teach that. Well, I'm pretty sure the Father didn't teach any of that other stuff either that's going on with the school. So So anyway, the stuff that I'm building on is what nations actually do. Nations have constitutions. Nations have flags. You see our flag right here, right? Nations have declarations that they declare their rights. Nations have jurisdictions, which is an area that they adjudicate their law within. You see what I'm saying? These are things that nations have. Now, you seen the proclamation I showed before on the wall. The city acknowledges who we are and so forth, but we have, you know, we got some space over here and so forth, right, whatnot. You know, look at this right here. When I be talking about a citizens initiative, y'all, see this right here? See a law and justice, 5% square. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Clayton Powell Jr., which is the Adam Clayton Powell State Building right across the street. You know what I'm saying? Where all the information about the school and the nation is right in that building right there, right across the street. So anything you want to know, any of the information you want to know, it's called public information. It's called public knowledge. You understand? So all you got to do is go in there and acquire, and you'll find out whatever it is you need to know. See what I'm saying? So, you know, but like people be afraid to research things. Didn't the Father say never argue, but research to find the truth? Yeah. So that's what we doing. We researching to find the truth. We're not arguing about nothing. What is there to argue about? Only person want to argue is a person that want to cause confusion. We're not causing confusion. We bringing peace. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal, right? That's what we teaching and what we will achieve, right? That's the goal, right? So anyway, this right here was done through what you call a citizens initiative. See what I'm saying? You got Law and Justice 5% square. We got the street name named after. Before that, you seen on 126, you got James Brown. You know what I'm saying? James Brown way. You know what I'm saying? So it's about constant elevation. You know what I'm saying? Those things people had to go and put in some kind of paperwork and get things done to have that achieved. So, you know, people be acting like they don't understand contracts and that everything works through contracts. You know what I mean? So when we understand contract law, then we understand how to operate in a society. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is contracts. If you don't understand contracts, then we don't understand how to contract in a society. So, you know, it's about contract law. We got to study contract law. You know what I mean? So, Save Our School. Remember we had a 5% of the newspaper that said Save Our School? We also had one that said our first goal is land in adverse possession, right? So what did your righteous brother Lord Messiah do? Lord Messiah drew up a declaration for adverse possession for a law school in Mecca by the nation of God's earth, for the nation of God's earth. So that declaration is basically stating that we have adversely possessed a school, and New York State, 5 years after paying property taxes, you can make a claim for a land and get a claim for the land, being that you possessed it and so forth for that amount of time paying property taxes. If you maintain it for 10 years, yo, brother, fix yourself in the bathroom next time, man. You don't come outside in the public fixing yourself, man. Fix yourself in the bathroom. No, brother. Fix yourself in the bathroom. Don't come out of our school doing that perverted stuff. Fix yourself in the bathroom. Yeah. So anyway, so you know, you don't want to, yeah, like I was saying before, right? States have constitutions, states have declarations, states have all these things that they use to basically elevate their nation. They form organs to basically function for different things. So, for example, you know, you might build a secretary, you might build a office of Department of Defense. You build a Department of Agriculture. You build a Department of Investigations, or Department of Social Services. You need basically things to fund the people, things to feed the people, food, clothing, shelter, things of that nature, things to uplift the people in those trust territories I'm speaking about. So you also got general resolutions, right? Because like I say, speaking about international law, this ain't just something I'm just making up like, yeah, that's what we want to do, and yeah, this is... No, bro. There's already like laws that are laid out for people to do these things. So for example, we look into General Resolution, what is it, 1514, where it speaks about the independence of land, or basically how people can declare their self-governance through independence, free association, or integration. Now, you see when I first started this video, I showed that picture of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and then I showed a picture of the Father of Law. So we see in our history, you know what I'm saying, that Martin Luther King said, and I was trying to explain to a sister the other day too, I ain't gonna say no names, but anyway, she was acting all ignorant because our people don't want to acknowledge the fact that we can educate ourselves and get to a level or a degree of you know, knowing certain things that we got to do for our people and having the actual solution. So they just start hating and getting jealous and, oh, what do you mean Martin Luther King was a politician? He wasn't a politician. Just because he met with the president doesn't mean that... Shorty, shut up, man. You don't just talk to the president just for nothing. Now, for example, there's a difference between when Martin Luther King went to the White House and when Kanye West went to the White House. Kanye West was just being a coon. Martin Luther King got political changes done. See what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is the level that we have to start dealing with. And I'm not even talking about dealing with going to the White House and all of that. I'm just using that as an example. Because Martin Luther King was dealing with C, the section C of the General Resolution, which is integration. And he was trying to integrate us into, you know, their society and all of that type stuff. Malcolm X, or El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, when he was, you know, made his pilgrimage to Mecca and so forth, and he started to travel internationally and learn certain things. After he, yeah, no doubt, peace. After he was suspended for the Nation of Islam, or left the Nation of Islam, you heard him in a speech how he said, now that I have more independence of thought and action, he said, we shall, you know, start to speak his own thoughts and do his own thing type thing. And he said, our new political philosophy will be black nationalism. Now, he still used the term black and all of that, but he was talking about nationalism. So in other words, forming a nation state for so-called black people, the so-called black people here in the wilderness of North America. And they use the term so-called black because we already know legally that term black does not represent a nationality. It does not put us in a state that we are politically recognized or politically independent or sufficient enough to manage our own affairs without permission from other people. See what I'm saying? So this is what independence is about. Managing your own affairs without permission from other people. See what I'm saying? So this is what we have. This is the level of the state that we have to get to. You know what I mean? Because, you know, and think about this, right? You know how we there's a lesson, there's a plus degree that talks about city science, social science, and high science, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, on a city level, right? Like I showed you the city proclamation, right? Like on a city level, we can do things. We can deal with city science and go to the city and get a permit for this and get a this or that, or get a, you know, a license for this and da 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 da, and ask permission for that and this, that, and third. That's on a city level, right? But social science, you know, like I was talking about social equality, right? You know what I'm saying? Our social equality, like we say, social is to advocate a group of men or society of men for one common cause. Equality means to be equal in everything. So when we actually do that, advocate a group of men or a society of men for one common cause, because think about it, man, we always talk about, yo, we all gotta agree on, so we gotta all come together and agree. Bro, we're never gonna agree on one thing. It's too many of us. Just keep it real, man. That's just the reality. It's too many of us. And for the most part, it's more men in the nation than there are women, more gods than earths. So you're dealing with masculine energy. You're dealing with dominant energy. You're dealing with men who feel like I'm God and what I say should go. So just think about if you got a 1,000 brothers, you know what I'm saying, with all that type of energy. And not saying everybody thinks like that, but I'm just saying a lot of us do. So therefore, like, will we ever really come to a consensus? You know what I mean? So, peace, Queen. So what it takes is the intelligent ones amongst us coming together to execute the plans and get it done for the rest of us that's just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, bullshitting, folding up our arms, talking about the black man is God. Yeah, I know that makes you feel powerful and it makes you feel good as a man and all that, man. But God does things. You know what I'm saying? What does God, like you tell me the black man is God, I'm gonna ask you, what does God do? You see what I'm saying? Don't just tell me the black man is God. Okay, what does God do? Because God builds. God born build to destroy, right? So God builds or destroys. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing in life, because we all trying to be born in a universal cipher. Peace.
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 By equality we see equality.
Peace, God.
Come to life Allah.
Peace. Lord Messiah Allah.
All right, peace. I'm from out of Allah born.
Peace, King. Lord's Island, God.
Okay.
Peace to God. Lord Messiah Allah. Peace, King. What's up? But yeah, you know, so yeah, man, you know, just adding on, man, you know, like I say, it's about us formulating this nation state. So, like I said, we got the Constitution for a large 5% nation state. We got the charter for the intergovernmental organization. We have the charter for the international organization. We have the board of divine trusteeship. And Pete, right? The board of divine trusteeship, like I say, we started in all of our regions. You know, we got Mecca, Medina, you know what I'm saying, Oasis, Lord's Island, Staten Island, you know what I'm saying, Medina, so forth. So all of these different regions are basically intrastate, like an intrastate compact, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Pardon the noise, y'all. But so basically these regions, right, once all of these regions come together, and more so when we get the administration started in the regions beyond the knowledge region, like when we branch out beyond you know, the knowledge region, and then we go into the wisdom region, the understanding region, culture region, power, quality, God, build, destroy, so forth, these different regions, then that will form the international board of divine trusteeship. So now we have different states, because people gotta understand, right? International doesn't mean necessarily that you have to cross borders and go across seas. The so-called United States itself is already international, because each state is sovereign. And remember, states have constitutions. They also, now the so-called United States, they go according to the United States of America, they go according to the Constitution for the United States of America, but then they also have their own separate state constitutions. You know what I mean? It's about, basically bringing these things together. So like I said, we got the International Board of Trusteeship that'll be formed when the different regions start their administration in their region. You know what I'm saying? Start their trust territory and administrate within that trust territory, right? So then also too, right? When we come together to form that International Board of Divine Trusteeship, that meeting will be what we will codify that meeting as a convention, an international convention. See what I'm saying, God? The God is laying it down. I've studied this international law stuff, man. I know what we got to do. See what I'm saying? So then when we put that meeting together right there, that's going to be a convention. What is a convention? A convention is a meeting where heads of state, representatives of states, come together with certain articles, provisions, what have you, that they are going to implement into a particular document. So, for example, let's look at the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States. Look at the Geneva Convention on states and so forth. In all these different conventions, right? So a convention, like I say, is when heads of state come together and they all agree to certain provisions, right? So, for example, within the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, there's 16 articles, and specifically 16 countries that signed on to the convention. And I'm starting to think, okay, did those 16 countries each lay down one provision themselves? I don't know if it happened like that, but it just kind of adds up that way. But anyway, acknowledging the equality of those 16 articles, basically they all agreed. You know what I'm saying? And then when their heads of state ratified or signed onto it, it was 16 countries that ratified it. And most of those countries are countries in Central and South America, melanated peoples. You know what I'm saying? Chile, Brazil, Nicaragua, Panama, Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Melanated people. United States of America signed on to it as well. So in case you want to know if your massa is signed on too, and if it's okay, then yeah, massa signed on too. Okay, so you ain't gotta be afraid like you gonna get in troubles. Yo, man, that's the whole thing, man. I be talking to these brothers, man. They be talking all that powerful talk. Yeah, God, we the supreme beings, God. We the gods of the universe. Yeah, God, da 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 da. But then I put this stuff in their face and I say, okay, brother, well, we need brothers to fill these positions so we can administrate this nation. We can administrate this these jurisdictional laws so that we can build our nation state. But yeah, God, you know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? God, I got stuff to do, man. I gotta go do this, man. I'm busy, God. I gotta go, I'm on vacation. All excuses. All I hear is excuses. I don't hear nobody being like, well, okay, damn, God. You know what? Yeah, yo, you done laid it out, man. In fact, I ain't seen nobody even go on my page and look at the PowerPoint presentation that I did for all the stuff I'm talking about right now. I did a PowerPoint presentation. Y'all could go on my page and see it. And it's basically explaining in detail all of the stuff that I'm talking about right now. See what I'm saying? But who went and checked it out and got back with the God? Like, yo, Messiah, I checked that out, man. That was deep, God. You know what, yo, the nation really do need that. We do need to add on. And this is where I can get in, where I fit in. This the part that I think that I could fulfill. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody's hitting me up. Even if there's, other nations of people that see the blueprint of what I laid down, all nations of people can apply those same principles. So if y'all want Lord Messiah to come through your school or your temple or what have you and do a lecture, and a Q&A afterwards on this particular topic of statehood, then yes, I'm definitely qualified to do so, and we can set that up. You know what I'm saying? So, spread the word. Yeah, the God is willing to come and teach us about this. Yes, yes, yes. Because, just like it says in the Holy Quran and the Bible bears witness, how they speak about, how Allah, God, quote unquote, would, bring a covenant to a people. And if the people didn't accept or they rejected or they, broken the covenant, then he would take that covenant and place it upon another people. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to be waiting around forever, like 5 or 10 years for people to finally come to the understanding that this is what we need to do. No, I'm not waiting. I don't got forever to live. I don't know how long I'll live. So I'm not waiting for no mystery gods and earths to come together and finally get this done. We need the true and living gods to come together and get this done. Those that see what need to be done and not out here bullshitting, twiddling their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Talk about this and that, just because it sounds good. Yeah, God, anybody can sound fly with mathematics. Anybody. 85 be trying to spit the mathematics, trying to sound fly. Yo, peace, God. Yo, what up? They be trying to, spit little things and so forth, But when somebody come and ask me, like, yo, what's today's mathematics, God? How you see today's mathematics? And they don't even know what to say, but they was fronting like they knew the science. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we not doing that. But yeah, we teaching, man. We adding on today, man. So, like I said, also, yeah, going back to the peace treaty, right? So the peace treaty, I don't own the rights to the music in the backgrounds. Cars going by. Don't shut down my live Facebook. Okay, I don't own the rights to that music playing. It's just people in the background playing music. Don't shut down my live. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, because the people need this information. So yeah, man. So like I said, man, we just adding on, man. We just building, man. Like I said, we gotta elevate. We got yeah. When I came up in the nation, that's what the God told me. They said, yeah, God, you gotta add on, God. You gotta do something for this nation, God. You gotta build, God. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, I took that seriously, you know. And I never really went to speak before the parliament until like recently and whatnot, because I felt like, yo, listen, I don't want to just get up here and freestyle with mathematics and sound good and give my people a bunch of verbal gymnastics. I want to come here with a plan. I want to come and speak with something that I actually produced. So you know what I'm saying? Like you know, it's not a joke. But yeah, man. Like I said, man. Like see, like so for example, right? Like I was saying before, this here is the declaration for claim for adverse possession by Allah's 5% nation of God's earth. This declaration is basically declaring our rights to adversely possess a school, like we've been doing for the past 40, 50 years now. You know, everything in here, the intent, the purpose, all of that, statement of facts, all of that, man. It's like, 20 something pages. I think it's actually about 16 pages. But anyway, we need the Board of Trustees to sit down and read the documents. I don't know what y'all scared of. People don't know how to read. Now we read them lessons all day. You know what I'm saying? We know how to quote that. So we need to learn this too. It's a universal family divine trust, which is basically a trust that I developed from looking into the science of the lessons and seeing how it is actually a trust within the lessons and within the flag. Like I was breaking down the divine truster, which is the sun, the divine trustee, which is the moon, the divine beneficiary, which is the star, and the seven represents the divine trust protector. The seven stands in front of the moon and star. He's the protector of the moon and star. The seven protects the family. So he's the trust protector. So that's a whole nother science that I'm gonna get into. I think I did a PowerPoint on that too, but no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did a PowerPoint, but I ain't put that on Facebook because yeah, that's intellectual property right here, right now. But anyway, so the Board for Divine Trusteeship, like we were just speaking about, has the different regions that we are going to govern under trust. I'm gonna talk about the resolutions, right? So also we got what's called the Declaration on Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples. See what I'm saying? So this is an actual declaration right here. Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples. So that basically means that countries and peoples that are colonized, they have a declaration that grants them their independence. You know what I'm saying? And that is in General Assembly Resolution 1514. Go and look it up, y'all. Okay. What else we got up in here? What else we got? What else we got? Okay. Oh, what's this? Okay. Pursuant to General Assembly Resolution 1541, a territory can also achieve self-government through A, independence, B, free association, and C, integration. So like I was saying before, right, Martin Luther King tried integration. Malcolm X, when he was going to the United Nations, speaking on the behalf of the so-called Negroes in the wilderness of North America, he was trying free association. And what we need to do nowadays is independence. But however, we may not be able to just start off independently because we don't have the resources and the political power quite yet. So we may have to start off with a free association with, the good old United States until we can become our own independent, Allah's 5% nation state. See what I'm saying? So all of that, because I don't bear witness to that nation within a nation. How long we gonna be a nation within a nation? We're supposed to be a nation among nations. So when we get to the point of independence, then we'll be a nation among nations. See what I'm saying? That's the goal. So, pursuant to General Resolution 2625, I don't know what all that noise is about. Wow. Yeah. So, Resolution 2625, a territory could also achieve self-government through D, any other freely determined political status. So basically, when you freely determine your political status, this is how you achieve self-government. See what I'm saying? And every people, all people, any people have the right to self-determination. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to briefly, touch on that right there. So yeah, you go and see those resolutions. This right here, Holy City of Mecca. Oh man, this is another bomb right here. They not ready for this one right here. I ain't even gonna speak on that right now. This is still a little private right now. I ain't even gonna speak on that right there. But that's deep. When I pointed to that state building across the street, yeah, that part. But anyway, so this is the Universal Charter for Allah's 5% nation state, and the charter is to introduce the intergovernmental organization as a representative organization on behalf of the nation state. See what I'm saying? So you got different organs that represent different functions of the state. So then here I was talking about the Declaration for Statehood, Nationhood, Nationality, and Race. This here is a declaration right here. So like I was saying, pursuant to the Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, when you fulfill those four elements, a permanent population, a defined territory, a government, and a capacity to enter into relations with other states, that is when you basically take your declaration and deposit it with the Pan-American Union, which will put all other signatory states that signed on, that ratified the Convention on the Rights and Duties of States, the Montevideo Convention. They'll put them all on notice that you have now also followed the rules of the articles in the convention, and you've now formed your own state and acceded to the convention, meaning you're now a part of the convention, and your state is under the same laws and the articles of the convention. So now that basically means you just tied yourself into international law. You now are protected through international law of that convention. See what I'm saying? So this right here is a universal constitution for Allah's 5% nation state. We need a board of trustees to come together and read. Gotta do a lot of reading. You know what I'm saying? And when we get the reading, this is how we internalize the information. Because like I said, I could talk about this all day. But if people not really paying attention and letting it sink in, then it'll go in one ear and out the other. But when you actually sit down and read it for yourself, it sticks. It stays with you. You know what I'm saying? Same way we do with our lessons. Some brothers got it word of mouth, but other brothers sat down, they read and they studied. You know what I'm saying? So it's like depending on how you get it. Some people can listen very well. I can listen very well. But I kind of blame TikTok and Facebook and all of that for shortening our attention span, because nowadays it's like we can't even pay attention longer than a 10, 15-second reel. You know what I'm saying? Little short little clips, and then we got addicted to scrolling. You know what I'm saying? saying? Because we're trying to look for instant gratification to release dopamine in the brain. See what I'm saying? And then we get addicted to that feeling. So when we find something that interests us, oh yeah, we get it. We get a release of dopamine in the brain, and we feel good, and that's our form of this becomes an addiction. So we got to be aware of that. You know what I mean? So all that swiping and all that, TikToking and fake booking, like, come on, man. Anyway, since the Universal Temple, Parsa, the Universal Treaty for Peace, Freedom, Justice, and Equality. So, like I said, it got all rights dealing with peace. Like we say, we will achieve peace in our what we will achieve, what we teach and what we will achieve. They say peace is the ultimate goal. So I basically developed laws to create a peace mechanism to where how we actually keep the peace. And we have what's called the peacekeeping force for Allah's 5% nation state under agreement with the fruit of Allah, because we already have military training in our nation, but we get these brothers together, organized, and to represent an organization and elevate themselves. We also trying to get government funding for that as well. So brothers can get paid for their services. But yeah. So that'll be basically, if the peacekeeping force can't keep the peace, then the fruit of Allah will do what they need to do with all military training to rid the trust territories of any breach of peace that confronts them. You know what I mean? So as far as the military or the security, to maintain in these trust territories, because we need people to actually maintain the peace or maintain what's going on in these territories. Man. Oh yeah, that's my lessons here. Which I done studied all my life. Studied these all my life. Now it's time to add on. It's time to take these lessons and put them into motion, like manifest them, make them come alive, not just on paper. So you see these papers, this is the organization, the organizational documents for the people to read, and then once they get it in their mind, we physically come together and start to physically administrate this. See what I'm saying? From the mind to the physical. But it all starts in the mind. We got to get it in our mind first. So, like I be saying, like brothers be like, yeah, that sounds good. Just go do that. Bro, who's gonna sit and read all of this? Who gonna sit and read this 100-page peace treaty? Who gonna read this 20-page something constitution? Who gonna read this 16-page declaration? The charter. That's a whole nother plan. But anyway, the board for trusteeship. This has 22 articles, 22 degrees in it. See the thickness of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna read this? We need people to. So now, when we get a board of people to come and read, right? So then let's say we got 7 people, right? Because technically we need exactly 7 people for that board of trusteeship, divine trusteeship. So seven people in the room, right? We're all reading. You read a paragraph, I read a paragraph, she read a paragraph, he read a paragraph, she read a paragraph. You know what I'm saying? So forth. And we go around the board. It's not like one person reading everything. You know what I mean? So shoot. Maybe say an hour goes by, we would have been through these 22 articles. Well, maybe not an hour because God's be building, so few hours later, we'll be done with this right here, you know what I mean? But yeah. Or maybe a few days later, a few weeks later. But yeah. So that's what we got to do, and that's how we'll get it done, you know? So, like I said at the last parliament, like I'm tired of saying I developed this board of trusteeship. I developed this plan to take over Mecca. I developed this plan for I'm tired of saying that. It's like, come on, it got to be a we up in there because, we are a nation, right? Ain't just me. So, I ain't gonna preach to the choir forever, y'all. Just want to give y'all some information on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can inquire. Y'all can hit me up. Y'all know how to contact me if you watch this video. Share the video. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If you are not in position to maybe fill one of the positions quite yet, then you can put other people on and let them know. Like, listen, this is what's going on. Watch this video. Yo, the brother gonna break it down. God gonna break it down. Let you know what's going on. And let's get it. You know how we say social equality, right? Social means to advocate a group of men or society of men. And I'm gonna say society of men and women, men, women, and children for one common cause. And equality means to be equal in everything. Because in order to get to equality, you need the man, the woman, and the child. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals what? 6. So today's mathematics being knowledge born. I just wanted to make that knowledge born. And when you knowledge that cipher, then let me know when you're ready to stand on your foundation. Let's get it. Peace.